All right, Shalom, Akim. Make sure. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shabbat Shem Makakodash, the abundance of apostles, today is a great millstone. Bless, peace, and love to all the brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Now, the entitlement of this lesson is going to be the aftermath of a nuclear attack. Because if you've been watching the news lately, you'll see that Iran recently, if I'm not mistaken, according to certain news sources, has attacked a base in Iraq that belongs to the U.S. government, the U.S. Army or Marines or whatever, man. But as you can see, man, this war is building up. This tension is building up. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and that righteous anger of the Lord. And his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood," because this is the war and that the Lord has prescribed. That word prescribe means to write, or you like a scribe writes. So the Lord has prescribed this war to come to pass, and it's actually coming to pass. This third world's war, thermonuclear war, which will be fought with nuclear missiles. And I wanted to cover a couple things concerning the aftermath of a nuclear destruction. It says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved." What is going to dissolve it? Fire. Fire is known to dissolve things, man, substances. "And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." That's what they call a mushroom cloud, as you see in these images. "And all their hosts shall fall down." Why? Because that wind is going to knock them down. "And the leaf, as the leaf falling from the vine," like in the wintertime when the leaves be falling from the trees or vine, "as the falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven." The Lord is going to bathe his sword in heaven, man. "Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea," which is, Adawam. It's really Adawam, which is Edom. "And upon the people of my curse to judgment." So the Lord has cursed you to judgment. That's why you have lost your pigment, man. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood, and it is made fat with fatness, and with blood of lambs and goats, and the fat of kidneys of rams. The Lord is killing everybody, man. He's killing Israelites, he's killing heathens, he's killing Asians, Japanese, all of these countries, man. He's going to be killing a lot of people. Chinese, they going to get it too. "For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." So he has a great slaughter, like a slaughterhouse where they do nothing but kill animals and preserve them, sell them to companies for food. The Lord is finna slaughter a lot of people in America. "And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls. And their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness." So this land is going to be full of blood. It's already full of blood because of the sword that Esau has been slaying our people with for hundreds of years. But see, when Yahweh comes back, he's going to be also killing a lot of people. "For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of the recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone. And the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night, nor shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, None shall pass through it forever and ever. So let's go to this article. Okay, it has several different effects. Whichever one, I'm gonna cover this one. Well, long-term effects, now I'm not too concerned about that. Thermal effects, approximately 35% of the energy from a nuclear explosion is an intense burst of thermal radiation. That might be informational. Okay, blast effects. Most of the initial damage produced by a nuclear explosion comes from the blast effects. Radiation effects. So all of these effects will affect, a lot of things. But I want to focus on the blast. Because, I like explosives, so to speak, man. I want to see this bitch burn, man. So I want to see how this bitch gonna burn. This is, it says the blast wave. It says a fraction of a second after a nuclear explosion, the heat from the fireball causes a high pressure wave to develop and move outward, producing the blast effect. The front of the blast wave, also known as the shock front, travels rapidly away from the fireball, a moving wall of high compressed air. Like it said, a high compressed air. That brings me to this precept, man, which I get it all the time. Jeremiah 51:1. Because it's a wind, right? Wind is air, right? If I'm not mistaken. This is Jeremiah 51:1. It says, "Thus said the Lord, behold, I have raised against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind." So the Lord is going to bring a destroying air. If you got something, if you compress something, that means it has pressure behind it, and it's strong. It says the air immediately behind the shock front is accelerated to high velocities and creates a powerful wind. These winds in turn create dynamic pressure against the objects facing the blast. Shock waves cause a virtually instantaneous jump in pressure at the shock front. The combination of the pressure jump, called the overpressure, and the dynamic pressure causes blast damage. Both the overpressure and the dynamic pressure reach to their maximum values upon the arrival of the shock wave. They then decay over a period ranging from a few tenths of a second to several seconds, depending on the blast strength and the yield. And this was, talking about mainly the test that they have run, But see, the nukes have got more powerful than them. Okay, I'm trying to find something that's very informational. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's see. Because when the Lord knocked this place down, man, it's going to be beautiful, man. Okay, thermal radiation. This is what I want to go into now. Okay, thermal radiation. Because this is what's going to bring you people up, that radiation. A primary source of energy from the nuclear explosion is thermal. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. It's thermal radiation. Initially, most of this energy goes into heating the bomb materials and the air in its vicinity of the blast. Temperatures of the nuclear explosion reach those in the interior of the sun, about 100 million degrees Celsius, and produce a brilliant fireball. It says 2 pulses of thermal radiation emerge from the fireball. The first pulse, which lasts about a tenth of a second, consists of radiation in ultraviolet region. The second pulse, which may last for several seconds, carries about 99% of the total thermal radiation energy. It is this radiation that, in the main causes skin burns and eye injuries suffered by exposed individuals, and causes combustible materials to break into flames. And everything is combustible. Majority of everything is combustible when they put that fire to it. But more things are more combustible than others. It says thermal radiation damage depends very strongly on weather conditions. Clouds or smoke in the air can considerably reduce effective damage range versus clear air conditions. Okay, the fireball. It says the fireball, an extremely hot and high luminous spirous mass of air and gaseous weapon reduced residues occurs within less than 1/1,000,000th of a second of the weapon's detonation. Immediately after its formation, the fireball begins to grow in size, engulfing the surrounding air. This growth is accompanied by a decrease in temperature because of the accompanying increase in mass. At the same time, the fireball rises like a hot air balloon. Within 0.7 of a millisecond from the detonation, the fireball from a 1 megaton weapon is about 440 feet across, and this increases to a maximum value of 570 feet in 10 seconds. It is then rising at a rate of 250 to 350 feet per second. After a minute, the fireball has cooled to such an extent that it no longer emits visible radiation. It has then risen roughly 4.5 miles from the point of burst. So that right there travels quickly. I'm not a math whiz, you know how Esau like to throw them numbers in there. And then the mushroom cloud, like we was talking about, like the scripture describes, it roll like a scroll. As the fireball increases in size and cools, the vapors condense to form a cloud containing solid particles of weapon debris, as well as small drops of water diverted from the air and sucked into the rising fireball. The formation of a mushroom cloud. It says, depending on the height of the burst, a strong updraft with inflowing winds called afterwinds are produced. These afterwinds can cause very amounts of dirt and debris to be sucked up from the Earth's surface into the cloud. In an airburst with moderate or small amounts of dirt and debris drawn into the cloud, only a relatively small portion become contaminated with radioactivity. For a burst near the ground, however, large amounts of dirt and debris are drawn into the cloud during formation. The color of the cloud is initially red or reddish brown due to the consistency of the nitrous acid and oxygens of nitrogen. As the fireball cools and condenses occurs, the color begins to change white, mainly due to the water droplets, as in the original cloud. So this is just a couple effects of the thermonuclear destruction, which will be immediately brought to fruition very soon. I'm gonna get this precept, and I hope you brothers are edified with this lesson, man. If you wanted to, I'm Lord willing, when I post this video, I remember to put the link in the description. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So with that, I'm going to give all praise and glory, saying, Kah halal yam la yahaba shemel shaba ashur makakodash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace and love to all the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.